Hello, hello. How's it going? Happy Thursday. I just realized I want to change my needle. So we're going to change it. I'm going to put a 16 in. I need a ruler, a screwdriver. How are you all? Are you guys ready to sew? Rachel, happy birthday. Woo woo. Happy birthday, Rachel. I didn't realize it was so soon. I hope you have a good day. I hope you're not iced in so you get your favorite yummy meal. Hi, Aisha. Hi, Donna. Hey, Sylvia. Hey, Julie. Hey, Michelle. Hi, Jenna. Hi, Renee. Hey, Margaret and Dawn. Hi, Angela. I know. I'm only streaming like once a month right now. That might change, but I needed to not put pressure while I got these setups correct. Oh, man, I need to go to the eye doctor. The lighting is just not great for threading a needle. Oh, good. Ooh, chicken parm and macarons for dinner and dessert. Oh, that's awesome. You're one of those? You like macaroni? No, I'm just teasing. I like them too. All right, how are we doing here? Okay. Yeah, that does sound good. I would totally take that meal. Sounds amazing. Okay, I made some bias. Isn't this cute? You just never know when it's going to work out on stream, but I mean on screen when you're like shopping, but this works. Okay, got lots of it too. This was my Christmas gift for my husband. Isn't it amazing? I sometimes just hold it. Like in a Zoom meeting, if no one can see my hands, I'm holding this. It feels so good. Like I want it in my pocket all the time. It looks like plaid. I love plaid. Okay, I started to write some sewing instructions for myself, and then I got sidetracked getting a few things prepped yesterday. And that's okay, because once, I just don't want to forget certain things that we're doing. And, oh, Kathy is your name. Hello, Kathy. Thank you for telling me that. I will try and remember. I will eventually remember. Just keep reminding me. The clappers are gorgeous. Along with the clapper, point turner, and steamer. Holy! He's a few miles away. Oh, that's the open studio I want to go to. Yeah, I love this thing. I wanted a little thinner here. Like I'm already redesigning it. I'm like, he went overboard. That was a nice gift. I definitely heavy hinted for this. I said, look, this would never be something you would know about, but I want this. I didn't think he'd get it. I just said someday this would be a nice gift. And he got it for Christmas. So that was very unexpected. You know, and if you don't have space, like it's definitely a lot different in size. You know, but I love it. Hi, Terry. It's definitely camera worthy, right? So I brought it up here. It's a hero marker. Yeah, it's a hero marker. So basically, I use this just in case someone's like, oh, everybody knows what this is, but I don't. Trust me, I did not learn about hero markers till way too late. But basically, it takes the place of using chalk or a pen or something, and I can draw on the fabric, and it'll make a crease that you probably can't see on camera. But for me, you know, I can see, where is it? Right? Do you see this diagonal line right there? So it'll especially do really good on grain on camera. It's kind of like a shiny little divot. And then that way you're not taking a chance ruining your fabric with markings or something like that. Seam flattener, yeah. It's like modern, what's his name, Angela? Modern, I should have had that ready. Maybe Angela remembers. Yeah, he gets really interesting woods. My husband likes to dabble in woodworking, so he definitely appreciated this and the woods. He loves the woods and things. Modern something vintage. Modern vintage. So, are you? Let me look it up for you guys. Modern vintage wood. Oh my God, this is so generic. Modern American vintage. Yep, here, I'm gonna put a link in the chat for you guys. I need a sponsorship. Modern American vintage. Tell them I sent you. Anyway, and I apologize. Well, all your Valentine's gifts are now sorted. It sells out quick. Yeah, so you have to, I decided not to get fixated on what ones he had. I just sort of said, I like all these things. Because, yeah, like what you don't know won't hurt you, right? You won't miss on something if you don't know about all of it. So I think that was, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. So anywho. Okay, so today we're making this garment duffel bag. And I still can't pull up my screen without the microphone issue, and I can't figure that out yet because, like I said, I just rebuilt this whole setup, completely different computer, and this computer's never done the streaming and stuff, so it's probably got some sort of permission that I need to disable in the settings, and I just have to find it. So, hi Elena, I was just thinking about you like a few days ago. Hope you're doing good. I should have put a picture up. I could have put a photo of it on my, well, anyway. Anyway, you guys know what we're up to. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do some pockets. So if you missed the cutting stream yesterday, I want to briefly just say, you're still breathing. Oh, are you busy? My goodness. I briefly want to say that the pattern designer Cayden Naughton has a video tutorial on her YouTube channel. So you can see the video tutorial publicly before you even buy the pattern, which is really nice. And then the thing about this bag, it just tickled me that you could take a garment bag and then make it into a duffel bag. I don't shop bags, so I'm sure this is not a new principle, but it's really cool, and I wanted to sew it. Like, that's just kind of how I'm hardwired. I want to sew things when I see certain things. Wait till you see next month things I'm sewing. And then someone, Terry, showed me what one company did by making this kind of idea with one zipper. So originally with this bag, it takes 5 zippers, and you sort of, you know, picture a duffel bag, right? We got a duffel bag. Here's the ends of the duffel bag, right? You would go zip, zip on the ends, right? Because it's flat. It was a garment bag at first, right? And then you do the same thing on this end, zip, zip, and then you zip across the top. So this company she found called Half Day has it so that you go like this, zip, and 1. And I had to figure that out, so I think I did. So this is kind of a very nice working muslin, hopefully. I showed the math on how I did this. So if you want to take Cayden's pattern and try this out, see if I'm successful today and Saturday, you will be able to apply some of my things, right? Maybe by the end of Saturday, I'll be able to tell you like, oh, this is what I would do differently. I gave that whole breakdown in kind of at the beginning of yesterday's cutting stream, all right? And then the other things I'm gonna add to this for fun is a zippered end pocket on each end. You know, just like, you know, here's the end. It's gonna be like that, right? And I'm also adding a removable shoulder strap. So above the zippered pocket, there's going to be a little thing to hook into a strap, right? A shoulder strap, all right? So those are the 2 big mods. And I'm also going to add an end on this end pocket, an elasticized pocket as well. And I show how to do all of these things in the cutting stream, okay? I decided to add a trolley sleeve. Zipper in the bottom one of the outside. Oh, that's interesting because, oh, it's convertible. Oh, that's clever. I was actually thinking, I like that idea. So then it's open at the top or zipper to the top and bottom, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure this is a great pattern. She has a tutorial, so I don't feel obligated. I mean, I'm not paid, so I don't feel obligated to make anybody's sewing tutorial. So I know people get really mad that I don't sew things perfectly to the instructions, but that's just, it's not my job unless they hire me to do that, all right? I'm here to sew with you guys, noodle on things, experiment, try things out, make this how we want it, right? We've already spent all this money on a pattern and materials. Why not make it exactly how we want it to be with a few modifications that you are totally able to do? So close out and some, oh, okay. Yeah, oh, that's cool. I was just thinking about putting the pocket on the bag and then putting the trolley sleeve over it so you could have both. Oh no, Rachel. Yeah, that does sound kind of dicey. I'm actually thinking what I'm going to do is put the trolley sleeve on one side and the pocket on the other. Because I was thinking, like, if I was sitting in the airport and I had my duffel bag, by the way, I would probably never travel with this duffel and my suitcase. That would be somewhere I'm going for a very long trip, but I say that now and maybe it'll happen, right? Plus this bag would be kind of heavy, but I think this bag's really cute and I think it'd be a great, I don't know if it's big enough for or small enough for a carry-on, but maybe. Anyway, I was thinking if I was sitting in the airport and I had the duffel bag like on my suitcase trolley handle, I'd want to be able to access the other pocket really easily without like fussing between the handle. So I think that's what I'm going to do. You can do whatever you want. One thing I did yesterday that I completely forgot about was to do this zippered pocket on the end, you need a piece of lining, an extra piece of lining. So basically the ends, you need your 2 outers, you need a piece of lining as a facing to clean finish the pocket opening, and then you need the bag lining. Okay, so Terry, if you want those zip pockets, you need all of this. Yeah, exactly, Shem. Yeah, and I definitely don't feel bullied by those people, but I'm very annoyed by those people. Just because, like, I had someone ask me the other day, did you get permission to do this video? No. I don't need permission. And I don't know why they were asking. Maybe they were asking because they're a YouTuber and they want to do this and they're like, do you have to ask for permission to do this? Maybe they're asking because they're like, how dare you make a video about someone's pattern? I don't know. I've gotten weird comments from pattern companies who've told me not to sew their thing live. I've had comments from other people. I don't think other people get these kinds of comments. So in my way. I think there is a channel called that. So yeah, we are definitely... what I'm here to do is empower you to feel like you can make changes to things because, hey, it makes the pattern more usable. And maybe you buy that pattern and then you can riff on it, right? All the, like, 75% of the work's done for you and you're supporting that pattern designer. I do it. I could have drafted this. I didn't draft this. I bought it. That she had the idea. She did all the work. I'm going to pay her. So, I know. And so my reply to that person was, no, I didn't. And there's actually 3 videos, not just one. There's also sewing part 2 and the cutting video. So, and I said, do you have any concerns? And they didn't reply because, by the way, this particular pattern that they asked this pattern company shared my Instagram. when I was done. So, and also it was a Hearts thing. Hearts Fabrics gave us the project to do. So yeah, I don't have any problem with it. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't ever show you how to draft their pattern. I never show. If there's been a couple patterns where all the pattern pieces were rectangles, and I was very, very careful, and I never even mentioned it. I was very careful. I never put the pattern pieces near rulers so that people could figure out what they all measured. Because I don't even want to give the idea of that. And because I know, I respect pattern drafters. I don't know, whatever. It's whatever. All right, so Shim, we're going to start right off the bat with a zippered pocket. And you're going to be like, oh, I could do that better. So I've got this kind of in order. I've got my pieces pulled. My iron setup is right here today. We may not like this in the summer because the iron's really close to me, but we'll see how it goes. So I have my 2 zippered pockets. I really wish I knew how much zipper the bag would take because I would love to use the matching zipper, but I'm scared to figure it out. I don't know why. Usually when I'm scared of something, I really should just run toward it. All right, I marked my pockets on here, and it was at that moment I realized, oh no, that's not what we're doing. So I'm just gonna look at the back. You want your pocket marked on the back of this lining piece. So like I said, you need 2 ends that are outer, 2 that are a little bag lining, and then you need a piece that's gonna act kind of like a facing to clean finish this rectangle here. Because like I said, I'm not going to sew this so that we are clean finishing the inside and the outside around the zipper. I have had to do that. I don't enjoy that sewing. There, you found my Achilles heel. All right, so we're just going to sew around this rectangle. You can see I have some X'd out lines, and that's just because I didn't get it centered. I don't know what I was doing. I know what I was doing. I was watching a YouTube video at the same time I was doing this. Yeah, I'm human. I have this squeak on my machine that's driving me nuts. It's a self-oiling machine, so I'm not sure why it's doing that. I've never had one do that before, but I need to figure it out. You notice that I did the box. I start and stop along the long edge. Don't start in the corner. Don't do that to you, okay? All right, and so now we're going to cut this. I just had like a panic attack for a second there. We're just gonna like do your usual welt cutting like this. All right. And I always look at the other side, although my thread matches really good. Holy! Can't see anything. And I have this marker on this side, so it's a little hard to see. When you have trouble getting some of these corners, this is something I do. I'll stick my seam ripper in the corner with the blade facing towards the cut pocket here. So I'll get right up in there. Don't go too close, okay? And then I just seam rip away to get it closer because I feel more precise with this. That's fine. You don't want to go all the way up. You just want to get pretty close, like a half stitch of width away. Half stitch width away. All right, and then we'll do the other one. But basically now you're going to pull this through the hole and just press the heck out of it. Right? Now the width of this hole, the like height of it this way, it depends on the width of your zipper. If you're using, say you're using a store-bought zipper, like a dress zipper, you might want this hole to be about 1/2 inch wide because this will be too wide for you. I made mine 3/4 out of a default because my zipper is like 1 1/4 wide. Yeah, so it's 1 1/4 wide. This is part of the problem with a lot of fly zippers is that you don't know what width they their zipper is that they drafted their fly for, and this is a problem I can encounter a lot. So this is 1 1/4. The store-bought stuff is like 1 inch. That's a huge difference when you're talking about something so small. So you would want that to be like a 1/2 inch. So anyway, all right, so now we're gonna do our other one. So we can just press this all at the same time. And the reason I'm doing this on the back with the chalk is just because I don't want the chalk to show on my bag the whole time I'm sewing this. So I'm hiding it on the inside of the bag. Felt that. All right, and again, I start in the middle. I'm pretty precise about this because, you know, I want it to look like a rectangle. But it is lower stakes sewing. Oh, right now I'm winding a bobbin. That's partly the creakiness that we're hearing. All right, and then same thing. You just do that like double Y thing, right? So we get close. Some fabrics that are really thick, I will do the seam ripper method, and that's because I can't see, you know, like some of those like bouclés when I'm doing like a jacket. If I could see my stitches on the other side, that's what I'd be looking at. And so now again, we're going to pull this through. And now we're going to go to the iron. So my iron is right next to me, and I'm using 1 or 2 cameras for everything now. Hello, Copper. How's it going? Welcome. You got me live. Yay! We just started sewing. All right, so let me see. I don't have to switch scenes anymore. I'm going to do this. Oh, but we're going to move this. It'll be a little clunkier, but in the long run, this is going to be a better setup for us. Promise. I promise. Just got to trust the process, okay? You won't see me on the face cam because I just won't turn that one. All right, and so when I iron things like this, I often will just press that a little bit. Just press the seam. It doesn't matter what direction you're pressing it. I just give it a good flattening out. You know what I mean? Just kind of flatten all those edges out, and then now we start making it look nicer. And I kind of want to see a tiny bit of the main fabric here so that I know my lining isn't showing on the other side, because that's honestly the big thing you're going to struggle with, especially, you know, like if you have a high contrast thing like I do. Mine's not, like if this was like a black outer and a white inner, right, it would be a higher contrast. So you see how we can see a little bit of my lining here? Can you all just like live with a little bit of that and don't be so hard on yourselves, because I'd really appreciate it. Seriously. We're asking it to do a lot. So just try your best, and just remember that it's charming when you can see a little bit of it on the inside, on the outside. Okay. And then you can kind of just, see I'm like pulling the lining like this. Or use something that matches better if it really bugs you. Okay, we want a nice rectangular opening. And I'm sorry, I can't see chat for a second, but I will be back. All right, and then same thing. I just kind of give it a good press. So this isn't technically a welt pocket at all, because there are no welts. This is just a faced opening. That's all. Give it a good tug here at the corners. It always looks like a hot mess until it doesn't. So just be nice to yourself, okay? I didn't have to use something so cute either on the inside. No one will ever see this, but I couldn't resist. So you could just use something that even maybe matches your main fabric. If your main fabric isn't too heavy, oops, you could just use main fabric for this lining piece. And then you wouldn't have to worry much at all, right? Okay, so here we go. And now I'm just gonna do the thing. And so what I lift this up, like see how I'm lifting it up? And I just sort of relax it. So it's just a little more like slumping that way and not so revealing of that inner. Okay. I find these very satisfying to sew, to be honest. I'm still getting used to this. Is this the one I tighten? I think that's it. And the new camera holder. Hi, Sydney, how's it going? Okay, so now we have so much stuff that I have stuff on here and in a bin. Soon it'll be a little more manageable. Oh, I realized that. Do I want to use a serger for that? Yeah. Okay. Anywho. So now all we do is put this behind the pocket. Boop, and then top stitch it in place. So like I said, I'm not clean finishing that, right? Let's put a little piece of binding on this might make it bulky, but heck, let's just do it anyway, all right? Whole 4 minutes and you're here? I'm gonna just clean finish this, but you could burn it if you want. I don't like burning things. That's just me. I never burned any of our webbing or zipper, and we sewed a lot of it. But you can if you like. Actually, you know what? Usually I would tuck this in, but I'm not going to. It'll be less bulky if I just go like this. Actually, let's cut it down too. Just something like that. I don't know, that's actually lower profile than what I was about to do. I like that. I have this little knack for doing this, that anytime I try and explain it, it's like trying to tell someone how to get a glass of water. You're like, I know how to do it. Yes. And like I said, there are only 2 types of zippers that put the fear of all things, mortal into my soul, and it is that is one of them. So I know that now that is a challenge for a few of you. Great. I love that for you. Yeah, it's hard. I refused. Julie paints a bleak picture. Okay, so now the tricky part about this, in my opinion, is not getting a zipper like this. See how it's at an angle? Mine will be, I promise, because it happens to me. We're going to use some pins. No, that was yesterday I said that, Terry. Maybe it didn't translate to this as what I meant. I hate these pins and I'm throwing it away. This one, here we go. I'm pinning parallel to the edge just so I can keep it on track there. Yeah, it's totally possible. It is one thing that I had a client a really long time ago. I used to do freelance drafting, design, grading, just all the things they needed to get their pattern to a factory, like get their foot in the door with a factory until the factory took it over. I had a few clients, but one I remember in particular had a lot of that kind of zipper in between the lining. I got good at it. In fact, I got good at it, so good at it that I was just like, okay, this doesn't scare me anymore. I have never gotten back to that point, but I have to admit I don't try. So if you're doing the narrower one with like a 1/2 inch opening here with a smaller zipper, you'll probably need a zipper foot. I won't. So, because I'm far away. And now we're just gonna stitch this in here. And I'm gonna lift this up. Oh, I could have gone like much shorter. We'll shorten the other one. We can still shorten this one probably too. I'm just straightening it up. I'm gonna use my awl to hold this down. How is the angle and everything? I was trying another one that was a little more like looking like this. But I feel like, I don't know. You know what? It would be so nice if this was what you saw, what I saw. I have tried so hard to get that kind of camera angle, and it's just impossible, because if you can see that way, I can't. Like, I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to tug this lining a little bit to get that little bit of corner to not show a little bit better. And I'm going to take my awl and I'm going to push the canvas a little over like that. My corner looks a little bit like it's at an angle like this, not like this. So we're just going to contrive it to be a little strainer, okay? Like that. The magic of the awl. Okay. That's how it looks. So yeah, I see I could have made that a lot shorter, right? But that's how it looks on the inside. This isn't a pocket you ever see the inside of, right? Because this is going to sit. And if you went and looked at all of the bags in your life, most of them are going to be like this. There's going to be a few going to be like the way I said earlier. I think pretty much because there's a machine that kind of does that like a placket. So see, now this is what you'll see. Sorry, it's like, here we go. Like this, see, right? Oh, see, now that it would be kind of cool if you could see the right side of your fabric, but you won't, because it's facing the inside of the bag. So if you wanted to add yet another layer on the back of this so that you see cute fabric, or you could just put a little facing right here, just a rectangle, finish the top and bottom either with an overlock, zigzag, or turn it under, top stitch it right there, just like you do in like your welt pockets, you know, on coats. Just a facing there, so that works. Now, one thing I think would be nice is to maybe stitch across. It'll just feel more stable, the whole pocket. But I'm not going to do that yet because I'm going to also add an interior elastic pocket for, I don't know, toiletries, shoes, underwear. And then we're also going to add the strap holder. I also lowered this pocket 3/4 of an inch from yesterday when I told you it was 8 inches to this top edge. It's now probably 7 1/4, I'm gonna guess. Bam, 7 1/4, okay? So there you go. That's all you do when you're doing a zippered pocket. And it looks like that on the inside. All right, so let's do our other one. And if you want your pockets to zip the opposite from each other, so now right now my pocket is zipping this way. So this, oh, I just unstarted my needle. Man. That way they're, oh my goodness, they're going the same direction on the bag, kind of, you know. So we can make this a little shorter. Oh, this one's shorter. This one is, it's like that one's shorter. See all the things you learn from me to do, to not do. Sorry, my foot's on the pedal. I'll take it off. I had to release the tension thingy. Okay, we'll put this in here. I'm only doing this because these will eventually keep unraveling and you'll see it and it might get caught in your zipper and then your zipper will get stuck. And imagine that's the one you put, you know, your phone in and you're trying to board. Oh, I missed. What happened? What the heck? Did it not sew that first? It didn't. Oh, weird. It's funny. Probably because I had just threaded it. I got the black thread out too so that we can do our webbing in black thread. So normally what I would do if this was like actually the end of a zipper and you saw this, I would tuck all this in like this. It's very fussy. There's definitely better ways probably to do this. I'm making this look easy right now. I know it looks fussy to you. I just made it look easy. And then you would just edge stitch it like that. See how nice that looks? But I'm just going for lower bulk, and that's why I'm just stitching across the end. It won't unravel because it's bias binding. Like this edge right here, see how it won't unravel no matter what you do to it? It's because it's on the bias, so it's fine. We're just going to enclose all those little threads there. It doesn't want to sew because I'm too close to the zipper right here. It keeps getting hung up. Here we go. Okay, so now we can put this one behind. And like I said, this one goes this way, so this one will go this way. And you can see I'm using continuous zipper. That's why it's closed above and below it. Oh, there we go. That's better. Okay. Go. This time I'm gonna turn this pin this way. Actually, I think it's better to look at it like this so you can get it centered. I'm just trying to put it in the pins in the direction, making it easier to remove the pin when I approach it. You know? Maybe I'll do this. So it stops shifting. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So how are you all? What are you guys working on these days? Anyone celebrate Valentine's Day? Don't forget to not sew over zippers you can't sew over. When I do brass zippers, I have the entire zipper finish inside this opening. So yeah, no. You said a Marblehead bikini top yesterday. Oh, are you going somewhere? You're shoveling 16 inches of snow. Oh. It's raining here. There we go. Looks good. Yep, exactly, Shem. Palm Springs in a couple weeks. Nice. You're still sick, Tiffany? Oh. You let the cat rule your lap, don't you? You're going to finish up your trousers and get 2 of these bags made for my son's side seams, waist, and hems. Nice. Do you already have your fabric for your bags then? You're working on a cardigan prototype and need him a Valentine. Cardigan knitting? Sewing. You're camping in your camper van and sewing. Oh, Michelle, I love that. You just made 2 pairs of Helene jeans from Anna Allen, 1 pair in water-resistant twill. Ooh, to wear to base. Oh, I love that. You found your pants. It's a video in the guild or on your channel here that shows how to do that. Yes. Yes, I have one in, I think one of my shorts, Shem. I can send it to you later because I'm not sure I could look for it now. No Valentine's for you. You're making a boiler suit. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Your boiler suit, cool. You're shortening the Elliot. Oh yeah, we were talking about that this morning. Sewing, not knitting. Oh, okay. Cashmerette Fuller cardi. Oh, is that a new pattern? You're still working on the wedding quilt, and you have to sew me off for wedding. Oh, you have a lot of friends in the getting married, right, Elena? I think Sarah does too. Kind of dictates your social season sometimes, right? But fun, good memories. Okay, now I'm going to put this little elastic pocket on here. And I went and got the elastic yesterday. Did I not make it back in here with the elastic? Oh no, here it is. I still have a lot of elastic left from my factory. Oh, I thought that was an older pattern. Okay, you're testing for you. Got it, okay. Oh, cool. There I got married by someone. Oh, neat, okay. Summer down in New Zealand, you cut out affiliate. Okay. Sewing is your Valentine plan. I like that. Oh, no. Oh, bummer, Shem. I was just in wheel purgatory myself. He and I are both like building our sewing spaces again and moving. And then asking people, like I found the wheels I would want, and then I'd be like, all right, well, where are the things to attach the wheels to what I want to attach? And they were like, well, we don't do that. This is just if you broke a wheel and you need to replace it. I'm like, what? I had to go 3 stores. If you have more you can share with it, so it's looking like a 1-year anniversary gift. That's, you know what? That's totally fine. It's a gift. Yeah, I think it's 144 yards. We used a lot of it. It's my last roll. But at 3/8 inch, it is quite a bit to get through at this stage. All right, and it's dirt cheap. Elastic and zippers are so cheap. All right, so this is, I could overlock this. I can't, overlocking it with this width to it, that would be great, but it's too hard sometimes. And I didn't set up the serger camera. It's problematic to store. Yeah, it can be for sure. Oh, this isn't where this is going. I'm figuring out my length. Okay, let's get focused here. All right, so if we have the pocket is going at about this height, we want it to be the width of the pocket like that. Always stretch it first and then measure. Okay. And look at that, I used 3/4 of a yard of my 140. I only have 143 and a quarter to go. This is actually pretty manageable. The zipper is not manageable. All right, so we'll make a casing instead. Kind of like I do the pocket for the, oh, let's iron it. Let's be responsible. I get so excited when I'm going to be responsible sometimes, you know. I'm like, dang, these little tactics actually do work, you know? These people who sew, they really know what they're talking about. Maybe I shouldn't have doubted my teacher. Yeah, I don't need you. I need you. So I need you. Look at these cats. Aren't they cute? All right, so I'm just going to fold down 3/4 of an inch. Or maybe that's more like an inch. I don't know. And then fold up a little bit more. I just need enough for the elastic to go in a casing. Hope I didn't bite off more than I can chew with this end pocket because, you know, we're sewing the zipper so differently. I'm gonna bind the zipper, clean finish the binding. I think if you were doing this the way the pattern states, the ends, without all these little pockets that I'm doing, I think that you could sew the perimeter of your end together, clip it, press it nice and flat, and then finish your ends and then attach it to the bag. And then you would have a nice finished edge around your ends on your zipper. You wouldn't even have to bind. So, you know. You're working on a straight denim skirt, which you're adding all kinds of pockets to. Ooh, like a utility skirt? You love the cats, Tiffany. You do. Me too. We asked what scene she was doing when he was bowling with. Okay, so clarification, because I did get, Nancy asked, what is bowling? You know when a cat is doing like this? He's bowling right there. So he's in the shape of a bowling ball. Is this not a universal thing? Is this something we made up? I think this is something we may have made up, but I feel like it's more universal. Like I wasn't the first to think of it. You know, so their little front paws are tucked in like this, and they're just sitting there, and they just look like a ball. Loaf mode. You've never, oh, okay. So that's what I meant when he was in loaf mode on the end of the diving board. Okay, loaf. Okay, I see that. Okay, loaf, okay. Sorry, I didn't know I wasn't speaking cat. That's really funny. All right, let's make a casing here. I'm sorry, I'm not managing my pieces very well. I'm a little out of sorts. Let me get my loop turner. That ruler was about to fall on the ground. I don't want that to happen. So we just need this to be wider than our elastic. We are totally fine. Okay. That's funny. Okay, I get the loafing. Maybe we came about with that term when we had Senor because he's a black kitty and he looked like a bowling ball. This stitch length is a little short. That's true. Some are more fluffy than others. Senor was sleek. Loaf. We used to call them all the potato crew. Molly was our Molly was our sweet potato because she was kind of ginger colored, you know, orange colored. And then Loki was the little, like a little baby potato. So, yeah. Okay. Why didn't you guys ask me this yesterday? Were you all just like, I guess everybody knows what bowling is, but I don't? Rotisserie chicken. That's really funny. I love having pets. Like, I'm already stressed about becoming elderly and then someone saying I'm not allowed to have a pet. I'm already stressed about this because I will never not have a pet. You know, yeah. All right, we're going to test this before we stitch it to see if it is enough. Probably could have left a little extra elastic. That'll work. Okay. We'll put this in here. Flush. This was kind of, you know, it's not a heavyweight fabric. If this was a heavier weight fabric, you'd probably need a shorter piece of elastic. Let's distribute it. And then we're just going to now, you know, it would be kind of a gift to ourselves here if we had given ourselves a notch where this is supposed to end here. So yeah. Yeah, they could be a meatloaf. Oh, we had to co-sign for it. Oh, really, Elizabeth? I love that you still let her have a cat, though. I don't think I would do very well without, so maybe that will be taken into consideration, you know? Like, my daughter would, she knows. I've never not had a pet. I love it. All right, so I'm just stitching this in the seam allowance here. Now you could make a divided pocket here if you're like, oh, I don't want to put big things in here. Maybe you want some compartments. You could stitch straight down the middle of this. Like once you distribute this, you could stitch straight down the middle like that and have two pockets, right? I kind of like that idea. What would I think I'm gonna leave them big. I think I will use this one for socks and one for underwear. I tend to travel with one pair of shoes and fashion be darned. Yeah, I would not be able to cope on all of that. Exactly. That's awesome, Elizabeth. I love that. I'm the one in the house that's like, look, there's an elderly pet. Let's adopt it. And everyone else is like, but it's just going to be even sadder soon. And I'm like, but it's always had a good home. I was watching, I'm watching a new to me TV series, and they showed a stray cat on the street in the series. I almost fast forwarded it. You guys know I'm super weird about animals in movies. Like I can't handle even an animal doing good in a movie. I'm just like, nope, something bad's going to happen. Something bad's going to happen. I am so paranoid. I will not watch any movie with a pet as the protagonist. The only one I can recommend is Milo and Otis. And even that was so low-key stressful the whole time because I'm like, they're lost. They're lost. I'm a really big weirdo when it comes to animals in movies. If my mom was watching, she'd be like, yep. Big weirdo. Even when it's an alien like E.T., had a major freak out in the theater about E.T. Like, I'm super weird about it. I will not hide that. So, yeah. Okay. I just did the center thing because I'm like, you know what? I could sew from here up and then from here up. But I'm able, because of these little curves, look at this. I actually matched the print almost perfectly. That was luck. 100% luck. I added two extra layers of fabric to the ends, and I had also suggested if you had wanted a pocket facing, that'd be 3 extra layers of fabric to these ends, because I added this and I added the zip facing. So something to bear in mind, because you know this edge is gonna just get thicker and thicker, right? All right, so now we're just gonna attach the ends for our removable shoulder strap. And I'm only going to change my top thread because I know I got a black spool. Oh, it's right here. Okay. Because usually, well, that's interesting. This is a different machine than what I used to use when I did that, and the tension was great. Like the thread wouldn't show on the top whatever the color was on the bobbin. So let's see how we do. In general, the webbing adds enough thickness that it's not going to pull your bobbin thread all the way to the top, and you can just keep the same bobbin thread. It's not a big deal. Cover up the seam. And sometimes I do this thing where I shorten it on one side and then wrap it around like this. Because trying to fold 2 ends like this, it's just a mess. You can't even see the black. So I'll shorten one, the inside one like that. And then wrap it around that shorter end like that. And then stitch it down. And then you can burn the webbing if you like doing that. I don't do it because of fumes. That's why we did so much that I wasn't going to make my assistant burn webbing. So that's just a choice. And I always give this spiel about webbing. Webbing is really fragile. I know it's used in really strong situations to make things like strong, but if you don't sew it down properly, it's just going to rip right off your bag. 100%. You can't put a webbing into a seam. It has to be stitched down. Now, one thing I noticed during the video tutorial of this is she had you do an extra stitch somewhere, and her strap was so stitched down, it was actually unnecessary, but she was right in being cautious. Like, she was right in thinking, oh, I know webbing is kind of fragile, probably, you know, like she's probably experienced it. And so I support that, but at the same time, the last part she did, that was not even necessary. She did a great job on it already. It wasn't necessary. So I'm just going to stitch around the perimeter of this. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see. I just heard a weird noise that scared me. I can only get up so close to this because I need my presser foot to be able to fit along the side of the triangle here. You can do an X if you like. Now, you have to be careful depending on what fabric you're using because you're perforating the fabric. So if you keep sewing this, like say you did something like a laminate or something, it gets a little dicey, so be careful. But yeah, webbing in a seam, never gonna work. It pulls right out, even if you burn it. It just doesn't work. The seam's not enough. The only way you can do it in a seam, because you just have to, what I do is I extend the webbing like 1 inch into the seam allowance and I stitch it down in there. And then it works. Because we did that on our pocket bucket, and if you've made the pocket bucket my pattern, you've seen me explain that. I know this firsthand because when I first designed the bag and I was like playing around with sewing it, trying to figure out how best to sew it, something repeatable, easy, nice. The first straps pulled right out the top. So I had to make the strap go in further, but that works like that. So there we have our ends, and now we can put these on the inside like this. And our ends look really nice, right? And I would also put this like you can see I kind of positioned this below the top of the bag. I'm trying to remember why. There's a reason for this. I don't remember why, but that's what I found. I do some things kind of instinctually now. I wish I could remember some of them. I'm just going to stitch around the perimeter. And now it is all just one thing. There's my notch. I love hearing the rain. A lot of layers here. I'm going to lift my presser foot up just to sort of like release the fabric so it doesn't bunch or tuck. That's all. And I'm pushing like this a little bit. So you can see it kind of gives a little lumpy because the elastic's sort of pulling in there. Nice. Look at him, he's peeking right there. It's both, Sydney. Hi, Terry, how's it going? Woo woo, 2 days in a row. We need streaks. We have streaks in Mighty Networks now. It's so funny. Oh, I'm just sewing. I'm like, wait, did I do something? Sorry, did it? I feel like I should have gotten the streak before everybody. Yeah, so it's a garment bag and then it rolls up into a duffel bag. And I'm modding it a little bit, kind of a lot, to be one continuous zipper around the perimeter. I will admit, I thought it was going to take me a while to figure out, and it didn't, and so I'm a little suspicious. But I like quadruple checked it. I was like, okay. Do I think the notches are perfect? Nah, but they're really close. They'll probably work sometimes and not other times. There's a lot of variables. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you saw this bag in Pattern Chatter, Terry, last year. Okay, so here we go. Here we have our two ends. They are ready. So now we're going to do the outer bag. We're going to attach the straps and the pocket and the trolley strap. So can you see this faint rectangle right there? I'm squinting because the lights are in my eyes. That's where the straps go. The pocket's quite large. I was thinking this might be a pocket you might want a divider in. I don't know, what if you want to slip your laptop in there or your iPad? My iPad would fit in here. I have a big iPad. I think it would fit in there and that would be kind of handy. Yeah. So, if you're doing the fabric straps, these boxes are for you, right? That box is way bigger than the strap is, though. Let's look at the directions really quick. I have them pulled up. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, okay. The strap is above the pocket. Flip the strap, sew box to the next. Make sure, okay. Wait. Oh, okay. This went from one thing to the next right there. Okay, got it. So if you're doing the webbing strap and you're going to do the entire bag, I just didn't have enough webbing. Otherwise, that's what I would do because I like that look better. I just didn't have enough webbing in black. You would put your pocket on, sew your pocket on here, and then your webbing would go right over the top of the ends. You could do it under and the pocket could go over, but I think that'll look weird, personally. And it'll look more anchored and more like, just, it'll look more normal if you put the webbing on top. It's kind of an unconventional way that she's having you do it, but that's okay. So I'm gonna put, I just wanna know like how far down to put the pocket below. Okay, line up the pocket 1 centimeter below the strap markings on the, oh, okay. Okay. Got it. All right, so we need to put our straps on since we still have black thread. And the way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna line it up on these boxes. I'm gonna do the interior. So for reference, my box goes from here to here, okay? And here, right? So I'm gonna line it up to the left one here. And I think what I'm gonna do is go just past the bottom marking right here and sew it right sides down. Make sure my thing is not flipped. Actually, I'll do a little bit more like that. I need to put my stitch length back down. And then we'll pull this straight up really firmly and then stitch around it. The place you're supposed to put the interfacing was behind this, and honestly right now I'm kind of feeling that. This canvas is not the heaviest. It's more like a, in fact, I feel like this is the same canvas I bought for my pinion pants, but my pinion pants are so much stiffer. I like this so much better. I love this color, by the way. I don't think interfacing back here now is going to help. I actually think a piece of fabric back here would be better, just from you to me. And I think at the very end, I'm gonna stitch through all layers this strap again when we have the lining on there, okay? Because I don't really think that's strong enough. Okay, we'll do the same thing here. And see, we can't see our bobbin thread at all. If anything, we see at the back stitches, the black there. The The back stitches are going to be fine. They're not going to be what fails. They're going to be the strong part anyway. I really think it's, I don't know how to put this, like, because I don't actually know. See, like when you think about it this way, you're pulling the bag like this. Do you see that? I need to hide this right here. See that? This is just going to rip off the whole thing. That's what's going to happen. So eventually, if you were carrying a lot of heavy things all the time in this, and this is the only point of contact you put this webbing, this is going to rip right here at the corners. Think about back pockets on jeans, and when you see someone who puts their wallet in their back pocket, and that right, it's usually their right because they're right-handed maybe, that back pocket at the top is ripping down like that. So I don't think this is going to be enough for my fabric, but I think when I have everything complete, I'm going to go through the lining again. That's my 2 cents right now. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I haven't tested it. I guess that's why I'm hesitating. I would have to test it. A lot of people don't test things, you know, because we don't get to make 4 of them and use them for a year. This is a lot of my problem with some bag designs too, is they haven't tested it. I've known people to make things without testing them, and the worst thing in the world for someone who sells a product is to get that first email from a customer that says, hey, my bag just like ripped. Like, or, you know, the webbing just came, the handle just pulled off the bag and I've only had it for 3 months. You know? I had one bag fail like that and I recalled them. And most people were like, no, you can't have this bag. I'm keeping it. It's fine with me. Because it was a limited edition thing we had done. And it really was super special at the time. So, and there was no way I could replace it without redoing them all. And I wasn't going to do it. I just refunded people that were okay with that. But it had like this special heat transfer on it with gemstones in it. And it had, yeah. And I can't remember what failed on it. It was because the bags got sewn incorrectly, I think, or something. I can't remember what it was. Anyway. Yeah, exactly. Fabric back here would help. I think the thing that would help the best is a strip of fabric all the way across here so that you have this stability going across. I think that would be the best thing to do. Going through the pocket would have been a good idea, maybe. Just doing it that way. We're just making one, right? You know, we didn't get to test it all out and try things. Doing the webbing all the way around the bag, 100% going to be the best thing to do because the whole thing is being supported. It doesn't mean that it won't rip right there at the top, though. That'll happen, especially on cotton. Cotton's not a very strong fiber. Try hemp. Like, if you want to stay natural fiber and you want something like this duffle, try hemp. Hemp is really strong. But if you're also concerned about like the weight of the bag, it's hard. Can't have it all. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think heavier backing would be good. Fabric back here. Let's see where we get today, because maybe I will get to a point where I can still add something back there. Wish I had had enough webbing to do the whole thing. Oh well. It's going to be something we have to deal with, you know? Yeah, I had a one bag design that people loved. No, it wasn't that one. That one was fine. Oh yeah, just my project bag, which is meant to hold like a sweater, a sweater project, right? That bag, let's iron this. People were using it as like their work bag and putting laptops in it and then complaining about it. And I was like, it's meant to hold yarn. If you wanted a laptop bag, I would have made something completely different. That at least shut them up. Because I was like, yeah, it's not meant to hold a laptop. But laptops are really heavy. Especially 10 years ago. They were really heavy. Wait, I have 2 of these. Wait. I will figure out this camera thing on the iron. I know it's not the perfect angle and it's not like, I can make it higher though, like this. It's not the perfect angle because of the thing I have in there and I don't want to adjust it so I don't have to adjust it on the other side. Let's do like, quarter and 1. I think I'm going to do that. I'm not sure what it calls for. You can do whatever the instructions say. I sometimes like something visually. I want a wider, in other words, I want like at least a 3/4 inch hem up here, and I just don't have much fabric to do it. Because I also like the hem to be full of fabric. So that means I would have had to have like, I don't know, 1.5 inches of fabric to be able to do that. Don't you hate that I don't use a ruler for this? You get what you get, you don't throw a fit. Sorry. Okay. Okay, wait, this is the trolley strap. So we're just going to do a really narrow. I can't believe I'm ironing this one. This seems really big for a trolley strap. Am I right? Couldn't it just slide around on the... Like, wouldn't you want it to be like this wide? That would be fine then if you did do the webbing on top of it. That would, you know, choke up some space in here. So that's something to think about. Your trolley. Okay, good. You're so used to me eyeballing things. The union of a seam with, ooh. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Maybe. I don't think they're very strong in seams because it'll pull out the seam. Pull out of the seam. Because when you think about like what's holding it, but I have done it in the seam where I stitch it down to the seam allowance or the inside of the bag. That can work. Okay, so this is our trolley pocket. Don't you think, like, right? What do you think the width of those are. Because I sort of want to make it like this wide. But you got to be able to get your handle in there. That would be okay though. I don't have a suitcase here. It'd be nice. Okay, so we're gonna go a little under this. I think I want this to be in line with the width of the straps. Wait, I wanted this zippered. Okay, thanks, Terry. Other Terry. I wanted this zippered. Didn't I cut a zipper for this? Did I not cut a zipper for this? I thought I wanted a zipper for this. Do I have any here? I have my rainbow stuff for the outer. Oh, look, I put the sliders on and I was able to put these poles. I've had these poles for like 15 years. Yeah, I think I did too, but I don't see it in here. Well, what I'm worried about, Angela, is if it's too wide, it'll just go whoop and fall. It'll like slide around and then you'll be kicking it. It'll be dragging on the ground. So I'm thinking snug is better. You know, like when you put a bag with just straps over the handle and then it just falls. You're like, I'll hold it here as I walk. But like this zipper has to go pretty much around the whole perimeter of this bag. Oh my goodness, I hope I have enough. What if I don't have a big enough zipper? I'm freaking myself out now, aren't I? Let's say we have, what if I don't have a big enough zipper? I have to use black, which is fine. So if we did this, right? Let's just check it out. Okay, like this. There's no way we have enough. 7.5 inches. Okay, that sounds about right. That's what I was kind of picturing. Yeah, something like that. I think we're gonna have to use the regular, right? Or is it that I'm thinking of this wrong? Like you're gonna have this, it's only 1/2. It goes like this, like this, like this, like this. Yeah, I don't think I have enough. All right, maybe just making this a little narrower for this, we'll start there, okay? So let's say we make this about right here. But I did want this to be zippered too. This is how I get straight lines without any reference. This is my trick. Go like this, and then I start folding it up just little bits at a time. If you need a parallel amount and you don't have a ruler with you, this is how I do it. It works pretty good. Oh, interesting. So I think you'd have to do it based on whatever bag you have. Okay, this one I can put on, and then for the other one, we will go get a zipper for that. Or maybe I could use a rainbow zipper for that one. I could have ended up using a rainbow for that one. Picked a project to work on during stream. I thought I had everything picked for it. Oh, man. That's a bummer. See you, Jenna. Oh, hang in there. Yep, I'm just living the dream here. I had a funny situation like that the other day, Shim, where every single thing I tried, I needed something for, and I was like, what is happening here? Some of it was sewing, some of it was projects, some of it was client work, and every single thing I needed something. I was like, okay, I don't know what to do. I've been really busy lately. I'm kind of hoping now that I have my setups kind of, oh wait, we want to go all the way over here. Did I cut that too much? We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And now I'll just line it up to that. I think I might double top stitch this because I'm going to do a very small seam here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll do this one. When all else fails, pad stitch. Trying to get those little corners like tucked up in there so they're not like shedding thread. Oof, that was one stitch too far. See, I don't like these little threads doing that, see? Canvas is so thready, it's ridiculous. Okay, there's our trolley strap. And I'm gonna go get a piece of zipper. I'll be right back, sorry. I'll bring you with me, but only as the microphone. Wait, we can use the rainbow now. We can just use the rainbow. That works. You only need 2 casters to swivel. What? For me? I can tell you all about casters right now. And I'm probably going to do a video about this video cart that I just made. I made 2 of them actually, because I think it might be, like I've been asked to make videos about like my setup, but I just haven't because whatever. What I do is so like specialized, you know, like not everybody really needs it. But I was thinking it might help other people that do top-down streaming. Oh, for Shem. Oh. And there's not a lot out there for that. There's a lot of streaming. There's a lot of video. There's not a lot of DIY video setups. And that's what we do here, is more like a DIY, right? So we need the overhead and we need a face. Well, you don't have to have a face cam, but you can. And that's kind of hard. So I made carts, which I won't get too detailed about because it's probably kind of boring, but I needed the carts to be on casters. One of my carts that I used was an old kitchen island. It had 2 casters on the front, none on the back. So the back was 2 legs, posts, right? Figuring out how to find, well, I had the casters, but how to figure out how to get 2 on the back 2 legs. Finding the wheels, figuring out how to get the casters onto the wheels. There's a lot of ways you can do it. And I wanted to make sure it was going to be strong and swivel. The thing was, the 2 front casters, they didn't swivel. So if you have swivel, yes, it will move. But then you have to pick up the other end, which can be problematic because of lots of other reasons I could go into. So I ended up sawing the 2 legs off the back, putting 2 swivel casters on the back, and then quickly realized the front 2 had to be swivel as well. So then I removed those and put my other 2 casters on, but they were like 1/8 of an inch taller, which you can't tell in the cart, thank goodness. But I also had to drill a hole into the leg, find this sleeve. It's like a threaded insert that you put into the leg, right? So then you have a hole, and then you can put the caster in, depending on the kind of caster you have, right? Some bolt on and some screw on. And, you know, there's like office chair casters, and there's equipment loads and swivel. There's all kinds. Like, there's a whole aisle at Tractor Supply on casters. Crazy enough, right? So it was a lot to figure out, and I went to 3 locations, and I finally found someone like actually willing to help me and have what I needed, and it worked. It all worked, but it was so much figuring out like what I could do, what I couldn't do, and all the setup videos were for carts they would buy for like $300 to $1,000. I was like, no, I'm going to use everything that I can that I have already. I only bought 1 cart, this one from IKEA, and it's metal. It was totally different. So it was really fun. It'll be totally kind of a nerdy thing. Ooh, they canceled the meeting. Woo! So yeah, it was really interesting to me to figure it out, but it was a little overwhelming too. So, all right, this is what I'm going to do for this zipper. I think we're going to put a, oh shoot. I'm going to get my little thread eraser thing out, because I didn't unpick that very nicely. So yeah. Yeah, right, Dawn, exactly. And I need this to be able to be maneuverable. That's why I quickly realized, oh, this cart's only going to be okay if I'm pulling it from one end and if I'm only going forward or backward. But I want to turn corners, and I want to be able to pull it from either end. Because I tried to make it work. I really did not want to have to put those threaded inserts again. But then I was like, nope, this is not going to work. And I'm really glad I did it. But I also have locking casters. That's another essential thing. You need them to be locking. Don't skip on that. Casters get really, really expensive. Because they're usually they're easily $35 per one. So you really have to figure out what you want. Oh, this thing, it's called a seam fix. I found it at like the checkout of my local fabric store, but look, see, it's the top of it. So use the side so this doesn't happen. It's a seam ripper. that I'd never used. And it just moves. The other thing I use is a lint roller, and I have a reusable lint roller, so it doesn't have the papers on it. I should link that in my like thing on my website, because I love that thing. But yeah, this picks up, it gets them out of the seam sometimes. It works really good, honestly. Yeah, I put mine, I have this little like magnetic basket that's on my cart here. This is for dry erase markers for a whiteboard, but I have this on my metal cart. Yeah, the lint roller works great too. I think this works a little better when they're like stubborn inside the seam still. So anyway, let's iron it. I'm just gonna iron it without moving the camera real quick. Get some of these seams out of the, that I just sewed into it. That'll probably be there forever since this will never get washed. Maybe I should wet this down. We'll distract with some bright zipper. Oh, there it is, okay, just making sure. I was thinking about binding the top edge of the zipper. Actually, let's do a few things with this. Where's that? Oh, here it is. I could use this little piece of canvas I took off. It's the same width. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. I'm just gonna make a little, well, I gotta put a zipper thingy on it. I'm going to, this is a wide zipper. Dang, I was so excited about being able to use this zipper, but you know what? Now I won't have all of those pulls without a zipper, right? You could try a pencil cap eraser. This feels a lot like the Statler eraser I like. It doesn't leave eraser residue. All right, wait, I need a zipper pull. These are both different colors. I think this one goes better. So let's take this one off. Here, I'll give you guys a little quick tutorial on putting these on. There is a little tool. I know about the tool. The tool is just as fussy, okay? Now that we have that out of the way, you can get the little tool. It's like a two-tined fork. And you screw it onto something, and then it holds the zipper slider, and then you feed the tape onto it. It's just as fussy, I promise. It will not solve your problems, okay? So I separate a tiny bit. I shouldn't have done this yet, because if this goes badly, it's kind of hard to get this back on track without having the other end open. So don't do this yet, okay? Especially if you're not like very practiced at these. So then I just take this and I'm gonna insert each of these into the side. Now, it's not even. You see how this side is higher than the other by a lot, right? See, look at where the tape is, right? So now I'm going to pull the left one up a little bit. You cannot get these perfectly even across, because when you think about the teeth, right, they're going to do this, right? They don't do this. So it's got to be one tooth off from the other side, okay? So again, I put one side in, I put the other side in, and then I kind of back off the left a little bit, and I'm using these two fingers to pull this down, and I get it in there. I'm kind of just do this without thinking now, right? If you have trouble getting this in there, give yourself a clean cut. Cut a few off. Do not cut this thing to the length you need it until you have the zipper pull on there, right? Just like this. And then I just push with my thumb and it's on there, all right? Now, another thing I've seen that I've been playing with because someone else told me about this that I did a video for Splash Fabric, a dedicated video just with doing this for them. So I can give you that link to Shem. I know you were looking for this. I don't know if they ever downloaded the video. It's still on my YouTube thing, private, but I see it getting views. So weirdly, they're using it. It's linked or something. I don't know. Anyway, the other way I saw this being done, was upside down like this. So figuring out what works for you is the best thing, right? So now I don't have to hold the slider, right? It's just there. And I can kind of use gravity to help me. And it's a lot less fussy. When I saw this, I was like, oh, I'm going to try that. So, sorry, this big chonky thing's in the way. And see, my slider is at an angle. See that? So now I'm going to pull this one out a little bit. I'm holding it on there and get it better on there. And then push, and then it's on. Now, this is pretty good. Like, I like that dimpling on each side. It's even. But if you get one that's much bigger, like say you do, I can do it wrong. It's kind of hard to do it that wrong, okay. You see how now it's a little wonky. Now you see how the zipper's kind of going like this. I couldn't get it that off, and it's pretty off down here. If you get it bad, just do it again. Just keep doing it until you get it right. Give yourself a nice clean cut when it starts getting ratty at the bottom, okay? So there we go. This is nice zipper. This is much nicer than the stuff I'm using. This is from Waywack. This is 5.0, I think 5.0 coil. That one's 4.5. I like 4.5 better as a size. This is really big, but this quality of the zipper is really good. Like I noticed it right off the bat. I was like, oh. Okay, so we're going to, I'm putting zip ends so that I can turn this under and stitch it down along the side and then attach it to the thing. So, okay, let's see. I'm kind of winging the ends here. I don't like that I have this raw edge right here at all. Because it's going to do that. It's going to unravel. Is the seam fix thing that expensive? Because the erasers are kind of expensive. Someone bought me those erasers when, like one of you guys did, and sent it to me. It was a nice, really nice gift, like from the Amazon wish list. It's really sweet. Every time I use them, I think of that person. Okay, so I don't like this as a raw edge. I would normally, in fact, I'm just going to run it through my serger real quick. You can zigzag it or even just put a row of stitching. I want this bag to be good enough to give away or donate. So I don't want to like make it bad, right? Okay, so now these little edges could unravel, true. All right, so we're just gonna do this right sides together. Sort of wish I would have done this from the serging side so I could make sure I'm not getting any serging showing. So we're gonna have to look. Okay, I think we're okay. Let's just check it. Okay, So I'm going to top stitch that down. And then we're going to bind the top edge. Is this just too much? I'm not sure about this pocket. You don't have to because the zipper is finished, but my ends aren't finished. The ones I added in canvas. Okay, I did it from the wrong side. Now I do it to the right side, so it's really easy to sew. I only have to worry about it looking good on this side. I don't know about this zipper. I don't know if this is me. Rainbow is my favorite color. But I don't know about this. Okay, and now we can attach the pocket to the bag. All right, where's the other side here? Here we go. Ooh, it really spices things up. So it's looking like this. My only raw edges are this little end here that I added, right? The only reason I added this in, because I've done a lot of the zippers where I just top stitch them to the bag. It's because I can't turn the zipper under and stitch it down, and I had to turn this under, right? So if this had gone, it stopped here, I would have been turning under this edge, but not the zipper. I couldn't do that. So you need something soft to be able to do that. And now I can turn this under and stitch it down. So that's why I went through all that. All right. Okay. I'm gonna do my little pants technique where I fold up the this and just pin it out of the way because it's so big now. I think after this we're going to work on the lining. Oh, I don't have to start upside down. Yeah, I do. Do I? I don't. I don't have to. I don't have to start upside down because I'm going to sew the top edge. We can do this. The zipper's pretty amazing. I agree. Yeah, I was inspired because of when the Sew Liberated Luff bag came out. Someone made a sample and the canvas was like a really pretty teal color and they used this as the accent. I was really into it. Okay, get these little messy corners in there. Just poke them in there. Let them know who's boss. Okay. This pocket feels really big. The duffel itself seems really big, too. It's just dumping rain out there. It started last night, and we've had a lot of rain lately. And but it's been a bit, like, it's been quite a few days since that lot of rain. And I felt like our property had kind of dried, like absorbed it all. And it started raining last night, and we already have a creek behind our house connecting the spring and the dry creek. So right now, our house is, what I like to joke is that it's on an island. And it's got 3 creeks on it. It usually only has 2 year round. And then there's this one that comes up when the spring, like during like the harvest moon or like the September moon, the spring will rise. It's really neat. All those kinds of like nature things that happen you don't know about. And it'll like, our dry creek bed will have water in it and it won't have rained. It's really weird. And then the 2 main creeks, one of them is substantial, the other one is creaky. They're both about the same size, but oh, this is so confusing what I'm explaining to you. Anyway, there's a lot of water on my property. That's all. Okay. Cute. Cute. Looks good. There we go. I think you could do a double stitch around it. That would look kind of nice. Feel a little more secure. I think I'll do that. I'm just going to do these 3 sides. I did that on the trolley strap as well. Just a little extra What is vibrating? Can y'all just chill over here? Like, come on, give me a break. Holy. There we go. They all have their spot. They know their place. I don't know what all the fuss is about over there, you know? All right. Very solid. We like that. We like that. All right. So let's see the instructions and see where we're at. I think we get to put the zipper in the lining now. Earthquake? Is there an earthquake here? I like a good earthquake. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yes, we do this. We're going to do... Press the same open container. Okay. New magic. Oh, okay. Fold the raw edge curve above the... Okay. Savage, Cayden. Come on. My vibrations, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is vibrating, right? The machine. But they all know their spots. They know where to duck and cover, too. What did we need that lining piece for? Oh, I thought Elizabeth said that. You guys are both pink for me. Mud puddle right in front of your back. Oh, that's the worst. I had built this little like brick path from our side door to the cottage so that when it's wet like this, it wasn't there because there was just like this dirt space that. Because we have a lot of clay in our soil, you can actually have dirt with nothing growing on it where we live. And that would be really slippery, and the clay is really sticky when it's mud. So I took all this time. I dug it out, laid sand, I put this brick path in. And it's just a little too low that some of the water pools there, but also this moss grows on it. And so I put a stepping stone right on top to go over the puddle that like you have. I just need an island to step on, you know. Yeah, right? Exactly, Terry. And I dug a trench, but I didn't finish the little trench because you need drainage. What I learned working at a city is like, you know, people will come in and complain about a pothole. And the problem is they're like, can't you just fill it with asphalt? And you can't. That's not how hydraulics work, like water hydraulics work. You have to provide drainage for wherever that water pools. And it's really interesting to think about it because I used to think the same, like, why can't we just fill it up? Then the water won't sit there. The water's still going to go there, and then it'll worry at the edges of the asphalt, and it'll just create a bigger pothole. So you have to somehow provide relief for the water. I love thinking about things like that. Okay, so here is our garment bag, okay? And we have this little opening for our hangers, right? And then a zipper's going to go here. You're supposed to hem this, which I imagine isn't as hard as I'm whining about, but this curve makes it really hard and it won't look great. So we're going to bind it. We're off script anyway, right? And then we are going to put a zipper down the center of this. So I'm just going to do this right side to wrong side roll like this. Could I do the zipper at the top actually? Wait, let's see. Oh, ow. You didn't see that. Bind it, of course, right? But could we put the zipper here and then bind it? That would look nice, right? What am I forgetting? No, that's what we're going to do. We're going to put the zipper on first. They're supposed to anyway. You're supposed to anyway. There is a notch along this edge where the zipper stops, right there. Okay. Now, I didn't finish this long edge, but that would be a really good idea to finish it. But if we sew the zipper to it, right sides together, and then top stitch it, it should be fine. You might get a couple of threads along this edge. And it's kind of easier to deal with than the overlock, unless your overlock's narrow, you know. I think I'm not going to like doing this way. I may change my mind in a second. That's the sewing berry. So if I sew this, it's kind of rare that you can leave this raw like this. No, you can't do that. You have to bend it back. I'm always trying to get away from that. You have to do this. Okay. So we're going to bend the top of this away, down like this, right? So this is zipper by the yard. If you don't have a zipper up here, that's fine. You just want to, your tape actually can go, I think, up there, but I don't think you're going to like that. I think you should bend it like this. I like to tack it in place so it stays. It's really weird that the rain is hitting this window because the eaves are so deep here. I forgot a treat today for my afternoon coffee, and I'm already bummed about it. Okay. And I'm just going to do this right sides together. I'm going to start it a little further down so I have room for the binding. See, Elena? Oh, nice. I know. We miss you, but we understand. It's just how it is sometimes. Have a good one. Have a good weekend, too. I'm just going to line that up with the stitch line I already stitched there. I'm just kind of making this up right now. She probably has way better instructions for this. I'm going to cut this and do my little finishing thing at the bottom. I actually have this little piece cut over here I keep meaning to use, because it was too short to sew to my other binding. It feels so quiet in here, and I don't know what is that. Oh, that wasn't long enough at all. I think this is usually like 3.5 or 4 inches. 3 3/4. That's the sweet spot for my 1 1/4 inch wide zipper tape. You get a little 1/2 inch overlap, fold it back. This is great when you have a zipper that might come in contact with your skin. I do this at the bottom of dress zippers now. I really don't like that feeling. All right. So now let's do the other one. We can start from the bottom actually so that they line up. This is the problem with this, is that the zipper is wider than what I just did. So what would work better is if this seam allowance right here got wider. So what I'm going to do is do it at an angle. Like this. So I'm going to go like that. I think that corrects this. Is that right? I think that does. Let me see. So then we sew this side. See, I should we can wrap this up soon. It's already 1. So if I do that, did I remember that right? Let's see. Otherwise, you get like a pucker if your zipper tape is really wide like this. And then I would have to undo that, right? That's what it is? Can't remember now. I'm thinking about this wrong. That's the new seam line. What am I missing? Let's take this out. I need space for the zipper. I'm thinking about this backwards right now. I haven't done this in a while. You know, an invisible zipper would be, not invisible. Nah. I think it's smaller. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I'm thinking about it the opposite way. It's hard because I really can't, it's only 3/8 to begin with. Good thing Loki isn't here. He'd be going nuts for those sirens. Can you hear those? You will. When I stream from the cottage, because I probably will sometimes, he'll be with me. Little bugger. My other little potato. I need to do is a bigger seam allowance on this. I didn't really want to have to figure this out. I forgot I should though. If I had drafted this, I would have put like an opening, you know, like this. That's what I would have done. It's the zipper needs a bigger allowance like this. So we're going to, I hope, we'll see. I don't care too much since it's the bottom of the garment bag, but I'm very intrigued by it. So let's do this one, and we'll just do it at the bottom and make sure we got it before. Okay, that works for me. Perfect. Okay, so now we'll just go straight up, right sides together. And we can top stitch it too to make sure it doesn't sag into the zipper. See, so that was, is this? Yeah, see? So it's more like a point, like that. When you have the wider zipper tape, you got to kind of adjust things. You can do it the other way where you just, you know, fold back the seam and then top stitch it in place if that feels more comfortable. All right, we want this to match up here. Go. Now let's top stitch it. Everybody in positions, please. There we go. I like the fabric to be really far away from the zipper, personally. What's that noise? Do you guys hear that? Okay, so let's sort of, what's this little thread? Pull this so that we get it nice and even. Oh, I ran out of bobbin. I was waiting for that. One whole bobbin of sewing today. So where does this leave us once we have this zipper in? We're really close to the construction part, right? Am I leaving enough for Saturday? I am, right? I thought it would be a long sew. That's why I was trying to do so much today. But maybe I didn't leave enough for Saturday. We'll see. Okay, here we go. Looks good. And then now we're gonna bind this little collar. It's a collar for your hangers. It's a neckline for your hangers. You're supposed to hem it though, like this. So maybe I should cut it flush. No, no. All right, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hang it off the edge like this. I'm gonna wrap it around like this, okay? It's gonna be a little tricky because the zipper's there. In fact, we can wrap it later. We'll get it going and then pull it to the front. Okay. And then I'm leaving the top edge raw, that's fine. Of course, I have a seam right at my seam. It's always how that happens, right? We'll turn this to the right side. Cover up our stitch line there. Get the awl out. And then we're going to wrap that edge there. Wrap, wrap, wrap. Fold, fold, fold. That looks good. Okay, so the way I did that was, again, we're gonna put this right side to wrong side. See you, Angela. Have a good weekend. Are you lost in here, Susan? Am I not taking a... I know it is hard. Like, I get it. I'm not saying are you lost, like, like it's hard to see, right? I get it. I get it. I will definitely do that. Anytime you ask me to do that, I will do that too. All right, so let's get rid of some of these threads off the zipper. Just cleaning this up first. And so now you can fold it first. It's just hard to get it to stay there while you stitch it in place. It'll kind of be okay like that. It's not enough though, in my experience. You think you, yeah, so this right here is the garment bag. And this is that little cutout enabling you to see the hangers on the hanging loop. I'll do the orientation at the very end too. So this is how I do this little folding technique here. So here's the little curve, right? First thing I do is I fold down a corner, and this little fold edge of the corner roughly lines up to this raw edge here. In other words, we're not folding it down to here, we're just folding it the width it'll be, right? And then you fold this like normal, just in half, and then the whole thing like that. Okay. Get rid of this thread. So this is the top of the garment bag, right? Like that. Zips open. There's the bottom. We're going to put our elastic across the other side. Never mind. The lining. All right, so let's look at the directions because I think next. Oh, you stitch the elastic. Wait, cut here. Oh, the clip. So she has you put the elastic back here, stitched down. And I think the knot, here's one notch here. Is it really stretched a little bit? Maybe it is, like that. It says to cut it 23 inches. Is that what this is? No. This one is. Okay. I'm salvaging this elastic. It was for something else. I'm going to try 2 pieces because I'm thinking that might cinch the clothes down better. So put one here, 23 inches. I have like a 12 inch. 12. Here we go. So that makes sense. Okay. Need one more piece of elastic. So I'm going to put one here, and then I'm going to also put one above it, I think. That's my idea. I'm thinking that we can go under, over, and then under again. Under, like we're going to put one up here. The clothes are going to go under both, over this one, back up, and then back under this one. So it kind of wraps around this. And that's how I'm going to cinch my clothes down there. I don't know. We'll see. But if you have that little fashion fit clip that's called for, you're going to put that right here at the center, which I still need to press this seam open. So we need one more piece of elastic. We can't forget that. And why is that so crooked? Oh, that's funny. I put it to the top of one side and the bottom of the other. Okay, we'll fix that. I don't want to forget this. I'll have to cut that right away. There we go. Okay. Pad stitching done. Nice. Yeah, cool. All right. I mean, we're trying, right? So we have the flap, the hanger loop, I think I'm going to leave the rest. We're going to run out of stuff to do. This is really fast. This would be really fast if you didn't add all these crazy things I did too. All right. So here is our garment bag top piece, right? And then we have a lining piece. Here's our ends. We have 2 of these. We also have the shoulder strap to sew, which I'm looking forward to sewing. So we have a little zippered pocket here. We have an elastic pocket on the inside. We have our outer zip pocket. We did a lot today. And we have the, forgot this is pinned. This is the trolley strap. I sort of want to see how big this thing is. Let's see. I did a lot of pockets today. You always gotta do your pockets first, right? So this was, oh, my pants are like, these things are not my favorites lately. Look at this thing. It is sitting on the weirdest spot on me. But anyway. That's a good size for the strap, right? Do we need the shoulder strap? Well, we're putting it on there. And it'll be, right? We see the vision. So wait. Very cool. All right. Yeah, and you can always unclip it, right? Because I'm thinking, like, sometimes when you want to make sure nothing falls off your shoulder and you're walking because you have other things, you have to have it going across. Nothing stays on my shoulder. It's really annoying. I hate when it slips off. And I have long hair, obviously, so that's another consideration when I'm wearing a strap. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, Susan. In fact, I cut it that long to do cross body. I'm hoping I did it good too because it's long. Cool. Yeah, happy birthday, Rachel. Thank you, Rachel. It's just scrap yarn. Happy birthday to you. I won't sing, sorry. Enjoy your chicken parm and your macaroons. You're not a Valentine's baby. Do you want me to figure it out? It's my super creepy skill. Are you a Halloween baby? All right. Okay, I'll see you guys Saturday. Same time, same place. I know, you either are interested or people are like, no, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Yeah, I can really creep people out with that. I think it's fascinating and it's funny. People's reactions are really funny too, especially when I'm like, oh, all your siblings are born at the same time of year? Anyway. Oh, man. I like statistics. What can I say? All right. I'll see you guys Saturday. Thanks for joining me. We got a lot done. This is turning out really cute. Loving the details. I can't wait to try this out. I need a trip to go on. I think what I need to do is go with Michael on one of his work trips, and then I get to shop at that super cute fabric store in Boulder called Sobo. Sobo? Is that what it's called? Sobo. Thanks, Tiffany. Hope you're feeling better too, Tiffany. All right, heading out. See you guys Saturday. Have a good weekend if I don't. Happy Valentine's Day if you celebrate it. And I'll see you guys soon. Ask a question, Jeremy, so we get comments in here. What do you mean? Ask a question, Jeremy, so we get comments in here. See you, Jenna. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. You mean like on the video? Tell me what fabric you're going to be sewing your garment double bag, like that kind of thing? Because I would like to know that. Prompt us something to comment. Oh, okay. Yeah, especially if you've gotten this far. I love it when people put like if you've gotten this far in the live stream and you watch the whole thing, please put a scissor emoji in the comment section. I love that. That's a great thing. Thank you. I appreciate that. And also, yeah, tell me if you have any big trips coming up this year. You don't have to be creepy and tell me everything about it, though. I want to know if you're traveling. Inspire me, all right? Okay, thanks. Bye, guys.